It is show 393, man. We are back. It's Fans of Patrol time. My name is Montego. With me is my adorable co-host, Miss Tiffobot. What's going on with you this week, Tiff?
You know what? Just excited to be here. As always, surprised by the start of the show because it happened so suddenly.
Happened so suddenly and so professionally, and we keep
So
it
I have to
moving.
sit up, because I'm usually slumped forward, looking like a little troll. So it's always a good time. Yeah. How are you? How are you?
I'm all right, man. This is coming out probably a day late because your boy, I got sick yesterday, man. I was like, I must get to the podcast. I have to get to the podcast. And my body was like, get your ass in that bed. So I was like, hi, like a dog or something, man. God damn. Yeah, I was pretty. So, man, we do have a great show for you, man. I'm pretty excited about this show because there's so many exciting things are going, man. So we got a big DC story brewing. They done shook shit up and did some things, and it's very fascinating what I think Warner Brothers did. You know, rich people and throwing away money, Tiff. It's amazing.
Yeah, they did. I can't wait to talk about that one particularly. Yes.
Yes, we also have we're back to true Hollywood drama, man. You know, I love it, man. Anytime these efforts start having tantrums and acting a fool, whether it's justified or not, we got a story with John Leguizamo and an up and coming project starring James Franco and some comments that was made and some shots fired. Shots fired.
You're
Shots
such a
fired.
gossip, Montego. You're just like, listen to what I heard because and it's so funny because you don't come off that way, but you really thrive on these bizarre circumstances.
No, Tiff. You have to understand. It's all because they're rich. I hate rich bastards. And so when I see them having turmoil and stuff, I'm like, ha ha, you rich bastard.
That's because you want to be a rich bastard.
Oh, I would love to be a rich bastard.
You just
And I'll be like, you peasant, talk about us all that you want. Here's some money.
Yeah, I think I would be maybe either really nice rich person, like I'd have to, you know what I mean, or I'd have to become like a recluse.
You sitting out there looking out your window like, they want my money.
Yeah.
They want my money. They want my money.
No, I just mean because like I feel like I would want to be generous,
Yeah.
and sometimes even I'm not saying people shouldn't be generous, but sometimes if you're like a person who was never wealthy before, you don't have like that kind of understanding of like how to keep it so that you don't go broke.
Yeah, because all those efforts to win the lottery go broke. But I got a plan, Tiff. If I ever hit it big, so big that I can just do my thing. I think I've said it before. I would just cue that Incredible Hulk music, and I would just grab a duffel bag with some drawers and some money in it and just walk the earth, just helping people, just showing up in villages. We will build a well and the people will flourish, and then I would just disappear into the darkness, like Homer Simpson, that meme of Homer Simpson, like, into the bushes.
Oh, he's in the Ghost in the Bush. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be nice. I could see you doing that. I
Oh,
could see
yeah.
you becoming also just an evil mastermind.
One or the other. This depends.
Yeah, I'm either it's God or the devil. There's no in between.
Yeah, it depends on which. If anything triggers me, then it'd be like,
Yeah, I built you this well and I'll destroy it.
the people will suffer because of your insolence, you fool. Ha! Oh shit. So we're gonna be talking about that. Also, we got our first pick from Indiana Jones. So we're gonna talk about that.
I'm sorry, I forgot. I forgot. Okay, it's fine. I just you guys, it's
So
fine.
we got a pick from on the set. So we're gonna talk about that. That'll be just really brief.
He's working.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. The man ain't never stopped working. That's for sure.
I know. I'm just saying, you guys. He's still working.
Yeah, he's still working. Yeah.
All right.
Also, man, and our second act, man, we got trivia back on the show, man. So since our main topic involves Netflix, we're doing Netflix original Facts on Patrol. Straight up questions, mano e mano. No, well, mano e, not me and you. Me against you. Versus.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, then after that, man, we're going to talk about the gray man, as all our YouTubers can see, man. That they're,
All our YouTubers.
yeah, all of them, all six or
What?
seven. Right.
Hey, you know what? I bet one of those people is probably somebody that you actually know, and one of those people is probably like somebody I actually know, and the other ones are accidents.
Man, there you go. Oops, what the hell is this?
How the fuck did I get here? No.
So, we're gonna talk about. And speaking of that, hey, go over there and subscribe to us on YouTube. Tell your
Don't, I
friends about
just,
me.
this is an agony to me in all honesty.
Why's it agony? What are you talking
I
about?
don't want people looking at me like that.
Oh shoot! See that vibe just emanates, and that's why we don't.
Fuck out that. Well, you know what? If I have that power, fuck it. Yeah, I'm using it. Look at me. Don't look at me. I say when.
Okay,
That's not true. It's all over the fucking internet.
that's right. And the longer they stay on there, the more views they get. Ain't that something? So that'll be it for the show. We're gonna kick it off. We're gonna keep going. Are you ready to roll?
Mm.
Damn. Let's go. All right, man, we're back. It's social media time. Tiff, tell the people where they can get all our goodies, which is Fans on Patrol.
So head to fansofpatrol.com. That's our main hub, where you can email us at fans@fansofpatrol.com, or you can visit us on social media at Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Fans of Patrol. Subscribe to our YouTube. Check out our Patreon if you wouldn't mind. Visit us on TikTok, where Montego posts some stuff at Fans of Patrol 0, the number, and listen on your favorite listening platform.
Indeed, man. Man, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I must have turned my stuff down. Sorry about that. So, man, it is time for the news, man, and I'm a little excited about the news. So, first of all, man, we're going to start with Warner Brothers, man, who lost their goddamn mind this week. Okay, so, Tiff, I sent you this story about, Batman, Warner Brothers shows Batgirl with no plans, for rebooting that in the future.
Right.
So, if you guys remember, this Batgirl stars Leslie Grace, black gal, Latino gal, one or the other. We're all the same. And which was historical, well, not really, because Eartha Kitt was a black Bat woman back in the day, but no Batgirl. So we were highly anticipating, and her race, I think, had little to do with any of the hype that was going on with this movie. People, I think, have, gotten over some things, and everybody was looking forward to seeing what they were going to do. People were actually getting excited because, I think filming was getting close to wrapping, and it was like, let's see what they're gonna do. Now, this thing was supposed to come out on HBO Max exclusively, which to me was like, okay, this is our larger universe, but she's not going to the theater. So I didn't care whether if it went to the theater or not, because I'm not so sure just how strong a Batgirl would
Right.
do in the theater. You just don't know. So Warner Brothers was like, hey, pull that shit back. We're not going that direction. It's canceled. See y'all later. Turn off the lights. And it was like a hush of silence over the internet before the eruption. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
So there's actually more to this story because I had did some off books research.
Oh, so I did some extra research. That's pretty rude.
I did some off books research. So they didn't just cancel this, Tiff. They canceled Wonder Twins. They canceled Supergirl with that was a Latino woman was cast as the cinematic Supergirl. Supposed to go to the theaters. So they said they were changing directions. They got a new board and all this stuff, and some things was gonna work, some things wasn't. And what they wanted to do was change their universe to like Marvel. Instead of just jumping head deep like they did it with all their heroes, they wanted to take their time and start a new universe. And that puts, the Henry Cavill, Jason Momoa, Ben Affleck, all those people, it's don't know. It appears that they might want to use those three actors and maybe Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman, maybe, but nobody said anything about that. So
no, this sounds fucking exhausting, but it was really weird because I don't know how things work in the that side of Hollywood. I mean, I don't really know how any of Hollywood works, but they had said that they were going to scrap projects that didn't have an initial budget of 90 million from starting. So one, that's a really weird stipulation because it means that
budget.
because it's a huge budget, but one, it means that even if at the time that your movie has been made or whatever, you surpassed the budget, like maybe it was supposed to cost 70 and now it costs 100 because it just went over budget, they would still scrap it, which is also strange because they have, I guess it's like maybe to see, because like they're, I guess the only way that would make sense to me would be like they need to make a certain amount of money in their minds, right, to make it a success. And they figured with that, the promotion materials on that movie, right? They were trying to cut their losses, and that's the lowest they would go, right? Would
Right.
be like the 90 million mark.
Right. Okay. So right because they figure they can afford that. You know,
Right.
anything higher than that is crazy. So what they said, I think the CEO said it was came in. They had what do you call those? Investor call,
Yeah.
all audio, and I got a chance to listen to this. So Discovery believe that. You remember Discovery bought Warner Brothers and bought yeah other studios, and they're gonna take
Like the UFO channel?
yeah all that yeah they make more money than them. They gobble them up.
King Tut's UFO.
They make all the money.
Got it.
So they're gonna scrap HBO Max, and
What?
they're gonna
I mean,
make
I heard a little bit about that, but is that true?
yeah they're gonna make a combined channel that's different, and so it would have different things. So they are actually now going to have a Warner Brothers Studios, an actual like a
Do you
Marvel Studios.
do you ever feel like the time that we're living in, they're feeding us uh some kind of horrible soup, and every so often they're like, no, a little, no, this,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
this. It's like you're not gonna find some kind of magic ingredient that's gonna make your dumbass streaming service better. Here's what you need to do: make the menus nice and clean and easy to use,
Well, I think
and put
that's the
decent
point.
content on it.
I think that's the point because they're not going to do any direct releases anymore, which we knew that this was a fleeting thing. It was all because of the pandemic. But for them to have what do you call that? Actual DC studios, I think is the thing they should have did from the beginning. Instead of just saying this is part of Warner Brothers Studios and these Warner Brothers execs would make these decisions. They decided to just say, hey, we're gonna make a studio, and that studio will be in charge of all that. And they have like I think 4 studios they're gonna have now for Warner Brothers, this, that, and the other. And so this is just happened to be a casualty of this bigger plan, but they don't plan on ever finishing or releasing this Batgirl movie, and it's like now I kind of want to see it.
It's weird because they said it was almost done. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand movies, so I don't know. I mean, like, I hate to say that because it sounds like I'm saying I don't understand movies at all, but I mean, like, I don't understand what it means to have to make that decision, right? Like, I don't understand,
Yeah,
like, oh, it's this far, but you still have to stop.
yeah. Now because with marketing costs, they normally double the amount that they paid for the movie for marketing, so they still may look at it as saving 2/3 of what they were going to spend for
Right.
the
See,
movie.
that's the kind of stuff like I don't want
However,
to be, I don't want to be like, this is ludicrous, because I don't know if it
yeah.
actually, like, the amounts are ludicrous. I don't
But
know.
but let me say this: because it was going to be a direct to streaming, they never spend that much money on direct streaming
Right.
outfits that they do on like going to the theater type of outlet. So they weren't going to spend 2/3 of their budget to market this movie. There'd been a couple of things before it came out, and then it would have been on
Hmm.
there, and a week later everybody would forgot about it because that's what happens with direct to streaming stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff comes out and you're like, what was that? And yeah, that was good. And I guess it's all a mindset. You put on your shoes, get your coat, go buy you some popcorn, drive to the theater and shit. And you put more effort into it. So I think it might stick in your psyche a little longer because it's more of an experience than it is just going and grabbing the remote and turning that on and then voila. So I'm
And
interested.
then voila. That's the whole the tagline of streaming.
Voila.
And voila.
Hey, that'd be a good ass streaming name. Voila.
Actually, Montego's having all sorts of good ideas.
Yes, indeed. So I don't know, Tiff. I mean, other than this thoughts.
Uh, I think it is. Yeah, people have said that it's weird that they're a bunch of minority focused and led things. That is weird.
That is weird.
Um,
That is weird.
Mostly it's and I agree with that. It's bizarre that to me, I know that that's why I keep harping on the money, and I know that I think I'm just getting old because to me, I'm like, well, it's almost fucking done. Why wouldn't you just finish?
Hey, look, and
But
you
I
can
get
say,
it. That's what I'm saying. I don't really understand.
I agree with you on that too. And you can say, well, this is the last of the shit of that shit. You know, from
Right.
now on,
But
we're gonna
then
do this.
like 10, like maybe even less than 10. I'd probably say like 3 years from now they're gonna be like, we're doing a whole new Bat girl movie. We're scrapping all that stuff. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
well, then were you really concerned about the money?
I think money grows on trees of these people, and
I wish.
now they have a new, like, the juggernaut, which is Discovery. Jesus, I mean, that just sounds
I
so
didn't
weird.
realize that was such a fucking big deal.
I didn't know Discovery had enough money to be buying other shit like Warner Brothers,
Did you
AT&T.
know that President Lincoln was a Sasquatch?
I did not
That's
know
the
that.
kind of shit that they put on that fucking channel.
Right, 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 right,
It's a
right.
bunch of weird shit.
Yeah, right. You
I
get
mean, that's
tired of it after a
fine.
while. You get tired after a
Well,
while.
I've never really watched. Here's the thing. I can't make fun of it because I never really was anybody who was watching it before or after. As far as I'm concerned, I have, the channel doesn't exist to me.
I used to watch Discovery when it was on cable, and I only had cable, But
Yeah.
since this digital revolution has happened, I haven't seen it or even given
Yeah,
it.
I didn't realize it was still a thing.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I guess maybe I watched like cute animal videos on there when I was in high school or
Huh?
something. I don't know.
Watching the cheetah stalk his prey.
No, no. I mean, they used to have like back when the internet was new and maybe less scary and also somehow more scary.
Oh no, no.
Um,
It was always scary. It was always a big
yeah.
cuddly killy that once it stands up, it's like, ah, your ass is mine. It was always that. That's
um, like when like YouTube was first kind of getting big, obviously the first thing that like people got into was like cute animal videos.
yeah, I guess.
So, because of what I'm saying then is that I think now that you've said that about Discovery, I'm like 100% sure there was like some kind of show that they had just basically taken that concept and made like a YouTube before YouTube was really a thing on TV.
Yeah. I remember when YouTube got purchased by Google, it was two 19-year-old kids that invented it. Two 19-year-old kids, and they got $1 billion, which is now probably terrible. Consider what it might be worth now these days. They probably
It's like all the
still got the shaft,
well, I just think about like I think about shit like that all the time where just like one person like okay, so there's like some stuff on YouTube where people get famous
Yeah, yeah.
and get, like and really rich from just being on YouTube and it's just like fucking videos that are people falling down and shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Which I mean, yeah, funny, sure, but all I can upload a video onto YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like I'm not saying that it's fine, have money, but I was just like, Jesus, fuck, it's that easy. Why wasn't I out here doing dumbass shit?
Well, as far as
I got a fucking job like a dumbass.
yeah. As far as the Batgirl, she's gone, and I guess the director
Yeah.
was not the director, the president of Warner Brothers was like, "I'm gonna quit," and so, but he didn't quit, So, well, anyway, so rich people.
I think we both just told two really kind of bizarre,
Yeah, yeah.
stupid stories, and then we were like, oh, we're boring.
Oh shit.
I realized I was boring halfway through that last part.
Oh well,
That's when the realization dawned on me. I was like, oh, here it comes. You're a boring piece of shit.
I'm still thinking about Supergirl, but let's change gears right quick because I saw this story this morning and I found it fascinating. So,
Your favorite true Hollywood stories. No drama. Drama.
all right, drama, right? So,
Because true Hollywood stories is a thing.
so John Leguizamo, I believe yesterday, like had a fit. He had a fit. I ain't gonna say a temper tantrum. I'm gonna say a fit because James Franco got cast in this up and coming film as Fidel Castro,
Hmm.
the Cuban dictator. And he put out a statement and some other things saying, "I can't believe this shit is still going on." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, you're right. God damn it, right? Like I'm very surprised this shit is still going on. First of all, that dude ain't had a job in years from all his like,
Yeah, that
escapades.
was also surprising that like that he's coming back. There's this controversy, but he's getting defended.
He's being defended, but I got
Yeah.
thoughts about that one. Anyway,
Oh
so
my
then another article came out said John Leguizamo was clarifying that he had no problems with James Franco, but appropriating our stories, none of that. So then the director or producer of the name of the up and coming project is what, Alina of Cuba,
God. Hmm.
and the producer started defending the casting, who is Latino. So we back to whitewashing, y'all. So
But it's just crazy because it's just like in its bare bones. So we see John Leguizamo. He says, "I have nothing against James Franco."
right.
It's weird that he even has to say that because he's not criticizing anything about James Franco. He is saying roles for Latino people should be given to them.
Yeah, and what I found was really like what I really like what he did was that he laid out almost like in recent times and non-recent times all the actors who have played Latino characters and got paid. Like I'm gonna go
Hmm.
read some of this list here. So he said Anthony Hopkins as Zorro. I thought that was ridiculous. He was the original. Even back in the day when it happened, I was like, who? Why the hell would they got Hannibal Lecter being Zorro? What the hell? You know,
Yeah.
Natalie Wood in the West Side Story, Ben Affleck as Tony Mendez in Argo, which was a fantastic movie, but it did bother me when I was watching. I was like, his name is Mendez. He's supposed to be. And
Yeah, but I mean, some people.
no, this guy looks heavy Latino, just like yeah, heavy Latino. And so it was like the original.
Oh, he's a real person. I forgot. I'm
Yeah, he's a
sorry.
real person, right?
Okay.
Will Ferrell as Armando in La Casa del Mi Padre. Uh,
What?
yeah, yeah. Eli. We said Eli Wallach. I don't know who that is. Oh, The Good, Bad, and Ugly. Old movie. Clint
Mm.
Eastwood movie. Hank. Who is this? Oh, the guy that plays on the what's his name? Hank Azaria. Played,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, he was in the Birdcage. The role was hilarious, but he was playing a Latino and he's not. Uh, Marlon Brando. Uh, he played Emilio Zapata back in 1952. Well, that was common practice back then, right? Everybody just put on black, brown,
Yep.
whatever, any kind of silly color. Doesn't excuse it.
No,
Catherine,
no.
Catherine Zeta-Jones was also in Zorro, who was a Greek lady who was playing a Latino. Johnny Depp, Cliff Curtis, Madonna.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Catherine Zeta-Jones wasn't.
No, she's Greek, man. She's not.
I did not know that.
Ain't that something?
Wait, I don't know if is that true?
That is true. That is true.
Oh, you know who I'm thinking of?
Who is that?
Selma Hayek.
Very Latino and fine.
Yeah, I just was like,
My girl, Amara Asante, Al Pacino, and like several.
there's so many. There's a lot of people on this list. Sure, you want to read all of it?
Yep, I do. I'm gonna finish it real quick. John, that's why I stopped saying what movies they were in. John Turturro, Jack Black, Ingrid Burton, Robert Downey Jr., Jared Leto, and that's good enough. But a lot of that shit was like in recent times too. Like back in the day,
Yeah.
yeah, everybody was stone cold racist or didn't give a shit about being racist and didn't even think it was racist.
Yeah.
But now these days, it's in your face, but you still do it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He just said Latino roles or Latinx roles should be for those people, right? That's all he said. If James Franco is indeed of that heritage, then it's fine that he is.
Well,
there would be no need to defend him.
Here's the goofy thing. So,
but maybe he is. I don't know.
So the producer,
is he?
Let me tell you what the producer said. She was like, "Well, James Franco's grandma's sister's cousin's brother has Portugal descent." I was like, "Get out of here, man!" I mean, she didn't actually say those words, but she basically said,
right. Like I didn't. I mean, I don't want to discredit anyone's like heritage. I'm just saying that like there's a lot of heritage that people can like. A lot of people who are white probably do have like Native American, African American like ancestry, but not in a good way, right? Like that's not like you don't get to say that because a long time ago someone did something terrible.
Yeah.
That you are as a colonizer, like you know what I mean? Like yeah, you probably do have some of that in your blood. That doesn't mean you claim their heritage.
You don't claim their heritage. You can't conveniently claim heritage.
But that being said, I don't know his heritage,
so gets funnier, man. So the producer is like, and I like John Leguizamo. He's one of my favorite actors.
That was kind of sad because you know what? I love him too.
And I'm just
I would be sad if I was doing something and then John Leguizamo shit on it in any way
Mm-hmm.
for a valid reason or whatever, right?
Yep.
Especially if it was valid, I would feel like dog shit. And then I'd be like, probably still watching movies though, because I would like I would like I can't stop watching The Pest.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That movie is terribly offensive, but I did love it when I was.
Never seen it. Never seen it.
You know, I don't know if you could watch it now. I don't know.
Okay. So
No, no, don't do
okay.
it.
So he did that in a tweet. You know,
Hmm.
he said the stuff he said, and I just thought that the Latino, producer, came out defending the film. First of all, you know, they absolutely made the point that you put Lizamo said you put two Latinos in a movie and people look at it as a Latino movie and not a mainstream movie, which
Hmm.
is sad, which is probably true. But this producer is like, look, we gotta have a big time star, and we can throw pepper some other Latinos in it, But we need
Well,
a white star in this movie.
I know, like the thing is, he says that right, and it is true and horrifying. But you have to think, and every single thing
Yeah.
that is said out here in these places,
Uh,
all of these people are pieces of shit.
oh,
Like that's probably some of the nicest things that they were saying, right? So you're like, they're always like shitting on people and just being horrible and like being definitely bad people.
yeah.
And then everyone's like scandalized when someone's like, he said that if you put two Latino people in a movie together, it made it a Latino movie. Yeah, I bet that fucking asshole did say that.
Yeah, shit. I'm pretty much well. He says that's the way Hollywood looks at it. And then it's like a flop,
Yeah.
Which I mean,
Right. That's what I'm saying is that like I thought someone told him that at like
oh
when he
no,
went to go audition.
no. I think
Oh, okay.
that's his perception, which I find it. I like it, man. I'm like, yeah, shit. So I agree with him 100% on the fact is that
Hmm.
are y'all still doing this shit for real? Damn, cut it out. So I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of fine Latino actors who could have played Fidel Castro and gave it the gravitas and the weight that it needed, other than James Franco.
Well, he said Oscar Isaac in there,
He did, right?
and I was like already horny.
Put
Like he said it, and then I was like, oh,
a little belly on him and put a cigar in his mouth.
okay.
So anyway, man, I just thought I love this type of shit, because it was just like a bunch of whining back and forth. But I like look at Zamo, I'm with him 100%. Y'all got to stop this shit, man. Y'all have to stop it. And every time recently when this stuff happens, then it's like, we're really not doing that. It's you don't understand, And it's like, oh no, we understand. Y'all still doing this shit.
Yeah.
Get away with it. I don't care if you keep or not. Shoot. Anyway, man, one last thing we would like to talk about. So, Tiff, I was perusing the internet, man. I wasn't even looking for a story. And all of a sudden, they showed a picture of on the set with the new Harrison Ford Indiana Jones.
They did.
And when I saw this picture, here, I'm going to put it right on the screen right
I
here.
could put on. Everybody, take a look.
He looks like an old dude cosplaying as
He
Indiana
looks
Jones.
he looks so excited to show up to the old folks' day at Indiana Jones Land. You are actually absolutely correct.
Who is this old man cosplaying as Indiana Jones?
He's just a shambling corpse.
Oh God!
He actually does not look like he doesn't look. This picture, I actually think this picture makes him look quite youthful.
Yeah, the clothes look too
comparatively.
The clothes look too big for him. he look like he put.
He just looks like he doesn't have any. He has no idea what's going on. They put that on him.
Them clothes,
and they just stuck him out there.
The dude is in his 70s. That coat, when you was a young strapping lad with a big chest, it looked like it's the same coat.
He should, you know what? He should be dressed like his dad was in the.
Yeah, hey, the hat. It looked like he could spin the hat around by just hitting the brim. I mean, dude, I told you to give it up. I said on this podcast, and I said
you have said that.
Give it up. It needs to go to somebody else. And I think he had some snide comment to somebody. I think it was the guy that plays Star-Lord, Chris Pratt. When he the role is gonna die with him. He will be the only Indiana Jones. Well, you really must think you know studios, Harrison Ford, because one day There'll be another Indiana Jones. Trust me, unless you like had some deal in your will that nobody will ever be able to play it again,
Even then,
dude. I just think, yeah, he looks. You know what? If Indiana Jones was a real person and he came out dressed like that, you would be like, look, dude, your days of going out there on adventures is over. Sit down before you break a hip. You know, sit down, man. I mean,
yeah, yeah. He just looks excited to be there.
he do. They do.
But I honestly, I wasn't gonna say this. I don't want to be rude, but I was like, are the dentures falling out? Because he's not a very smiley person. I feel typically.
He don't smile, but all through his career he don't smile that much. But when he do, he got a good smile. I mean, I just think it's you should have let it go, man. It's over. It was over when Crystal Skulls happened. You look bad in Crystal Skulls.
That movie is terrible. He and I honestly don't think he really even likes doing it. I'm like, you don't seem like you're having a good time, Harrison.
He loved Indiana Jones. That's like his shit. He said he'll do that.
I know.
The day he dies, you know. So
I understand that.
the payday is probably ridiculous.
Maybe that's just the best he can do. Like, I love it when they make old people run in movies, but they try to make it seem like they're actually running.
Yeah. You know,
it's like,
he I don't even think he has any kids. He should have had a young Harrison.
I don't think he does have kids.
Yeah, he should have had a young Harrison take over. You know, like Arnold Schwarzenegger's kid is in Hollywood right now. You know, doing his thing. So, you know, oh well. I just thought this when I saw it. I said, "Oh no!" Tim.
Yeah, and then when you reminded me of it, I was like, "Oh yeah, it's pretty funny."
Yeah. So that's it, y'all. Here we are making fun of somebody.
Well,
not really making fun of somebody.
Punch up.
I said to give it up, man. Give it up a long time ago because this looks ridiculous. You look like you're playing in your young man clothes. You know, shit.
And your young man clothes. You're playing in your young man clothes.
Right. Oh, shit. So we're going to take a break, and we're going to be right back because it's time to have some fun with the game. Here we go. All right, man, we are back. It's time to have some fun with some games, man. This is our middle section. Our Act 2, man, this is the time when we like to do what we want to do and mix it up and do some different things. This week we're doing Facts on Patrol, which is nothing but a trivial game, but we always stick to the script and stick to the theme of the week. And this week's theme is a Netflix original. And so that's what our theme for this game is, Netflix originals. So, Tiff, this is my game, so I will give you the wheel. Would you like to be asked or answered?
I want to ask. I want you to ask me first.
Okay, so my first question, ladies and gentlemen. So this is everything pertains to a Netflix original. What is the newest dark fantasy for containing witchcraft released this week for Netflix?
I have a brain fart.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Man.
No, see, I've got Montego's got multiple choice, and I don't.
I don't have multiple choice this week.
It is Sandman.
Oh, I should have did multiple choice. It is Sandman. Good for you. Good for you. I didn't think you had noticed.
I'm giving myself 2 points because if you use any of the ABCs, you only get 1 point.
Yes. Okay. Fine.
That's the usual rules, even though I don't get a choice.
2 points. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. So I thought this was supposed to be Netflix classics. Is what you like? Classics, like established as being.
No, I said originals.
Oh, these are all originals.
Okay, there you go.
What Netflix show won the first Emmy?
Oh shit! Multiple choice, please.
A. Hey, Orange is the New Black. B. Ozark. C. House of Cards. D. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
I am trying to think of what's the oldest. It might be House of Cards. I think it's Orange is the New Black.
It is House of Cards.
Son of a bitch. Son of a.
And it was the first Emmy given to a streaming service at all. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn it. I'm pissed.
How many women? Oops, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It is. I was getting ready to read all of mine because we usually go just one and one.
I haven't had a lot of women Tiffelbot. Let me see.
Jesus. All right, go on and ask me a question.
What period piece drug war show stars Diego Luna and Michael Pena?
Narcos.
God damn it. Okay, yes, it's true. I thought that was a hard question.
How many women have played Queen Elizabeth in The Crown?
This was a thing because they went through her life. Three.
4.
I'm going down in flames here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not enjoying this.
I'm not enjoying this. Okay. Oh, it's my turn.
Okay.
I got the next. Go ahead. Sorry.
Which Netflix original film stars Regina King, Jonathan Major, and Zazie Beetz?
Is that The Harder They Fall?
Ah, shit! You're killing me.
We did that on this show.
I know we did, but you were not supposed to remember.
You guys, I'm doing really well, honestly. Montego.
Yes.
What does GLOW stand for?
Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Yes, I knew you'd get that one.
God damn it.
There you go. Okay.
Shit.
My last question's really funny.
I'm only on question 4. Okay.
I know.
What single star has the most Netflix original? And for a bonus, how many are there?
Netflix star.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Sandler.
It is Adam Sandler. That's 1 point.
No, that's 2 points.
That's 1
Oh, wait.
point.
Fuck off. Okay, Adam Sandler. How many does he have?
Yep. God damn it.
12.
10. So at least you
Damn.
Goddamn, I'm massacred. So go ahead, just to finish it off.
Okay. So here's the question is a quote. Okay. So, but it has an answer.
Okay.
I mean, kind of. It's the end of the quote. Are you ready?
Gotcha. God damn it. Okay.
It's 1 banana, Michael. How much could it cost?
I have no idea. And God damn it.
Okay, so it's $10. So it's a famous quote from Arrested Development where she says, "It's 1 banana, Michael. How much could it cost? $10." So I was going to give you the options.
Wait a minute. Arrested Development is a Netflix original?
The last season is.
Oh, that's a cheat ass question.
It is not. Well, it wouldn't have. Do you want me to ask you another one and see if you can try to win? Because you're not gonna.
Nope. God damn it. That was still a cheat question.
Wow. Oh my God. Do you guys see? He finds a way to make everything just terrible. I can't even enjoy my win, which I never get.
I kept off all those fake Netflix originals like Peaky Blinders and stuff like that, you know.
And also all this fucking shit. I put all them. Most of them were Netflix originals.
Yeah, well.
And I gave his ass multiple choice with legit multiple choices.
Okay, so here's my last question.
What a butthole.
What superhero show Tiff was forced to watch that she hated?
Oh. That's your question?
That's the question.
Oh my God. There's a lot of them. How am I gonna guess?
Nope. Listen to the question. I said, what superhero show Tiff was forced to watch that she hated?
Listen to the question.
It's a question. It's a good question. Yeah. Once you hear the answer, look, you don't even remember. Once you hear the answer, you're gonna be like, ah, damn it.
Is that Jupiter?
It is Jupiter City.
Yeah, Jupiter.
That's a good question.
I win.
You win like a fat rat. I got my ass destroyed.
It's shameful to know that much about Netflix.
I got the hell beat out of me. I got my clock rocked. I got my bell rang. I
haven't even seen any of the stuff that we talked about. It's just so much in the culture. Well, if you have Netflix, which I get on there to watch some stuff that they have, but
really, see, I'm a Netflixer casual, super casual.
Me too. I haven't watched any of the shit that we talked about.
Yes, you did. You watched Harder They Fall. You watched Jupiter Ascending. You watched.
Yeah, but I mean, I watched one episode of that because you asked me to. I watched The Harder They Fall because I wanted to watch that, but also we did it for the show. I've never seen The Crown or Ozark or.
Oh, I love Ozark.
See, now who's sucking Netflix's dick? It's you.
that's a badass show right there. You know, Ozarks is real good. Anyway, man, so that's the game. We got it done, and we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna be right back. right, man, we are back. We're here for Act 3, and we're doing The Gray Man. This is an action thriller through and through. When the CIA's most skilled operative, whose true identity is known to none, accidentally uncovers a dark agency secret, a psychopathic former colleague puts a bounty on his head, setting off a global manhunt by international assassins.
Jesus.
No, it just went on. Who is this? This is by the Russo brothers, Tiff. So
Sure is. Yep.
interesting there. And it stars whom?
So obviously it stars Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans,
Yes.
Anna de Armas,
Yep.
Jessica Henwick.
Yep.
Oh my God, I can't say this person's name. Regine Page.
Oh yeah.
Danush.
Yep.
Wagner Moura, Julia Butters, Billy Bob Thornton.
Interesting. Billy Bob. I ain't seen him in a long time.
Yeah. So.
And Alfre Witter. Let's throw her in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Every time I see Alfre Witter, I just like her as an actress.
I like her too.
I'm like, oh shit, that's Alfre Witter. So here we go. So man, before we take another step, it's time for one word. One word, Tim. What you got?
Enough.
Enough. Meaning?
And what I mean by that is that like there's enough stuff here. It's fine. It's nothing special.
Okay. My one word.
It's just enough, you know.
Okay. My one word is action, and I mean action. And there's action, and there's action, and there's action. It's like you love action. You like
if you want to watch something, and there's something again. I'm not saying it's particularly bad, but it's if you want to just watch something that is just, and I say enough, it's like there's really not, the plot is very much kind of subpar, like as far as like very stereotypical.
Yeah, you know, I thought this was gonna be more like and I'm not disappointed in it because it did what it wanted to do, but I just think it probably would have been better if it was more Tom Clancy-ish. Like
it's really
heavy spy, you know, a little bit.
Yeah, it's weird in this movie because there's so much good acting in it.
Yeah.
And there's so many good actors just specifically in it.
Oh yeah. I agree.
And there's nothing wrong with a little bit of a spy thriller. I love that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. This movie tries really hard, but it knows it's aware of itself. It knows that it's an action movie with nothing much else going for it.
Yeah.
But it never does anything with that knowledge. It never subverts the genre or makes an interesting statement or even makes a particularly spectacular movie. I would say the thing about this movie is that like if you want to see a bunch of action scenes shot together very quickly, this is a movie for you.
Yeah. Now, my one criticism is that I thought that it's Chris Evans. Chris Evans was, you know, he set out to be an asshole, and he was a complete asshole, but he was such a mustache twirling villain in this thing.
That's what I'm saying. Some of this stuff's weird.
It was like y'all going kind of hard with the my evil scheme.
Well, I think that they are trying to make like it's kind of, he wasn't the right kind of psychopath, or like they didn't build it up. And I mean, I know they were telling us that he was crazy, but his motivation didn't really make a whole lot of sense because at a certain point, okay, like I don't want to do things all in a row necessarily. We're going to talk about this again at the end, but like at the end, when he doesn't just kill the girl, he's supposed to have like no malice, and there was no point of getting that guy back anymore. He wasn't going to make any money. You know what I mean? Like there was no reason why, even if he wanted to just fight him, he would have still just killed that kid.
And when everything went to shit, just I would think as a criminal mastermind, I would have been like, bug out, everybody out. It's over with. You know, when the helicopter went down, like, we out of here. You know, this shit is bad. You know, so let's hit those spoilers and let's get into it. He's a prisoner. We don't know what he's in jail for. And I don't think we cared. And so when
and we don't care the whole movie. Yeah. It is such an awful plot point. I think this plot point actually hurts the movie, and I'll tell you why. Okay. They try so hard in this movie to make every single person that you root for blameless. Like, yeah, he's in prison,
Yeah.
but it was because of this thing that happens with his dad. But and yeah, he's killing all these people, but it's because he was in prison and now it's the only way you can, like why can't he just be
A
this
piece of shit
person?
doing his job.
Yeah,
Yeah, when they explain, I didn't think they were gonna explain why he was in jail because I didn't care.
yeah.
And when they
No,
did,
it's not necessary. Yeah, who
I was
cares?
like, well, why y'all doing this shit?
Doesn't
So
matter.
he's recruited
Because
and
like even Billy Bob Thornton, who's basically, if you think about it,
he's
the
a spook.
starting point of all this piece of shittery,
Yeah, yeah. He's
and now he's the guy that you want to have. I'm
a
like, this doesn't
a
really make
happy
much
ending, right?
sense,
You know how many people
right?
they destroyed. So they uh they got this assassination scene happening in the beginning, and it goes awry only because he wants it to go awry. He didn't want to just have a bunch of collateral damage, and they didn't mind if he had a bunch of collateral damage. And then the guy ends up giving him this, information, and now he's a target. But I liked how one thing I do like is how that he didn't need no convincing when the guy was like, "Look, I had the information. They sent you to kill me. Now they're gonna kill you." And he was like, "Oh
Yeah.
shit, you're probably right, man." So then we off on to the races and the chases. So I mean that was cool. I like that setup, and I thought this had a lot of potential to
Yeah,
get.
I think
You
that
know,
I think the setup is like enough that you know what I mean. Like if you aren't gonna go for a particularly genre defying
yeah,
piece
yeah,
of cinema, there's nothing wrong with the plot of this movie. Like it's
I agree.
very it's there. So he gets extracted from
Yeah.
Bangkok
Yeah.
by his friend who is also being threatened because his daughter's been taken, right?
Wasn't was it his granddaughter, or was it his
Grant,
daughter?
it was his niece. It was his niece
Yeah, yeah.
that he was raising as a daughter because his brother and sister died, or
Which
something
I
like
don't
that.
think you actually needed her in the movie.
Again,
Yeah, yeah,
all of it unnecessary.
yeah,
So he gets picked up by these plane people,
yeah.
but then they kind of turncoat because he's worth well because he took the guy's niece. Now the psycho Chris Evans is trying to make him come back. And so he's got the guy hostage too. And he says, so he orders them to kill him, which that would be the end for me. Like, I'm not going to help you now. I
Yeah,
don't care that I babysat your daughter for 3 hours once.
I
No.
know that's what it appeared to be like too. Yeah, and
Yeah.
those guys get massacred on that damn plane, and the whole plane scene. The plane is going down, and I like that scene because
I hated it.
it
You
was
know,
a,
I hated
it
it.
was like what do you call it, the parachute. He had a parachute. The guy took the parachute. Somebody else took the other parachute. He got killed. I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit. So he ended up jumping out of the plane and landing in his parachute, and I guess he took the guy's parachute, from him.
See, the
Something.
whole thing, I was like, oh, yeah, we're having a fight in the air.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
There's exploding. There's a plane exploding. Nobody's making it down.
Well,
You wouldn't be able to know when to eject your chute with all that smoke.
I did not realize this movie was gonna be over the top spectacular until that plane scene happened. It was so early in the
Yeah.
movie too. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is one of those. This is like Six Underground or some shit like that. Where stuff is just
I think Six
boom, boom.
Underground better.
Oh yeah, yeah, I agree too. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. We get introduced to the who was the one lady. I really liked her. That she was he had to convince her. It was a Danny. He had to convince her to like that. She kept rescuing him over and over.
Miranda.
Was it? I thought it was Danny.
I
Okay.
I don't know. Here's the thing. There's like 300 million names in this movie.
Right, right. So I like the one scene when he says, "You're bruising my ego because you saved me 3 times. I haven't got a chance to save you once." But
Yeah.
they become kind of a duo through the movie, and there's shit going on, Tiff. There's a scene with them driving the cars, on the train in the middle of the city, and there's
Yeah.
explosions, 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 and people are dying, dying, dying.
Yeah. I'm having a hard time like talking about this movie actually because there's so much action scenes in this
Yeah.
movie that I'm like, which part was this one happening in?
It was the public transit, and they were running on top, and
Uh huh.
he ended up jumping on a car, but that was hard to do, and so they finally get that, and then they finally go away, and they drive up to the. It was kind of funny because that car was effed up, and then the very next scene, it only had like a cracked glass on the screen, and I was like, oh, that's some bullshit. Why y'all do that? That car didn't have to look good driving up. It'd have been more funny if it was just mangled and stuff. But there was like crashes and explosions, and the cops was getting all messed up. So the biggest action scene in the whole movie, well, second biggest, because when he got captured, and the guys,
Hmm.
the cops had handcuffed them to the park bench, and they had that huge fight, like and that's what started
Yes.
the train fight because the train was next. But that was ridiculous, Tiff. I mean, cops was dying left and right, and your boy, the psychopath, Chris Evans, his character just kept saying, "Send more guys, send more guys."
Yes, yes, and I'm like, there's just okay. It was kind of like they had this John Wick element to it, and that's where they were trying to. Here's the thing: I felt this was a little bit like they were trying to. Here's the thing: there's tons of movies like John Wick, but they were trying to pull the charm of John Wick with like these very charming kind of. Here's this group, here's this group,
Yeah,
here's this group, but they didn't focus enough on. It was just a really weird choice. I felt, but yeah, they're all gonna. It's fucked up.
yeah, yeah,
You're gonna
yeah.
get caught. You're not sneaky. Neither one of you are sneaky. Even if you are being paid by an underground military government, you're probably gonna go to prison for a little while until they can get you out because you have made such a big show. Actually, they'll probably just kill you, I would assume.
So I like when this was happening. How the one lady Susanna, who was in the room with the Chris Evans character Lloyd, she was like, "This is prison. This is prison." I was like, "Yeah, y'all all going to jail. Y'all love to
Everyone.
gunning down cops and all kind of shit." So basically, from that the disaster, what I like about it is that they went to the hospital, and that's where all the victims were being taken, and then that one Dinesh guy comes in, and he's like this secret assassin, and they have that little
Yes.
fight. She chases him. He gives her a gun that's not loaded. I like the scene when she was like, "You gave me." He was like, "Nobody throws a gun that's loaded."
Nobody throws a loaded gun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And so the next thing we know, we pretty much like they killed the Alfred Witter character, because they tried to go
Mhm.
figure out what was on that
Yeah, because
stuff.
yeah, and she's got cancer, right? So she's kind of just takes it.
Yeah, she blew them fuckers up, man.
Yeah. So
Boom.
like I guess okay, so I will admit that I was very tired when I watched this movie.
Okay,
I have to cough. Excuse me.
got you.
Um so I saw her put that in, and then the next thing I see is them leaving. So I don't know, I don't know exactly what was on the disc. Do you understand what was on
Yeah,
it?
yeah. It was. So the guy who was, it was stuff above the pay grade of the what's his name, Carmichael. Carmichael was the guy that was actually in charge, but he was like the second in command because we didn't know who the main command person was.
Mhm.
And he had been doing black ops off books for himself, like selling kill squads to people and things like that. Not because he was ordered to, because he was doing like his own little dirty little backwater like king
Mhm.
making things. So they was illegal as hell, and it was all on that micro chip, and so he wanted to get it back.
And so you're saying that
All the evidence in the world was on that thing against them.
so was the motivation so that they could be free of the service?
No, no, no. They didn't want to go to prison. If that thing would have got out, it
No, no,
showed.
no. I mean, like, okay, I'm being forced to perform this duty by somebody, right? And I have this disc that shows that they're doing something highly illegal. But
Mhm.
they're already doing something highly illegal because they've taken you out of prison and are having you do ghost recon work.
It's still sanctioned though. It's still sanctioned, so it's not illegal. Illegal. It's
So,
still.
but why would these people give a shit about that particular bunch of evidence?
Look,
What would me as somebody who
yeah, because okay, this is your job, and you're paid to do this dirty shit, but you are paid to do this specific stuff only, and that's
yeah.
for the greater good of Uncle Sam. It ain't for your pockets to get fat. It ain't for you to be making your own power moves so you can take over some country one day. And that's what they was doing. All they shit had benefited them, not the government. It wasn't
Yeah,
about.
but why do these people who are not really they're indentured government agents? Like
Yeah,
they're not there under their free will. So why do they care
or maybe they
if
don't
it's
want.
a corrupt agency?
Maybe they don't want to get.
That's my question.
Maybe they don't want to
But see,
get.
that's the thing. If you say maybe
Yeah.
this or maybe that, the movie didn't do a good enough job making
No,
me
I'm
care or understand.
I'm looking at it like this. You got let out of prison to do dark ops for the CIA. You didn't get let out
Right.
of prison so you can help somebody get rich and act a damn fool. And now, if
Sure, I could see, but I guess my thought would be like maybe they're trying to escape, but it's all just very murky.
I thought it was fine with that.
But also, again,
I'm not
like
making
I
you
said,
racist.
it's
Go ahead.
yeah, like I said, it's just an action movie where the plot is just there to hold up the different scenes where Ryan Gosling punched something.
Yeah, well, I thought the motivation was cool. Look, the government tells me to do something. Not that I'm this person, but I'm doing dark stuff for national security. That's cool, but just to make this clown ass dude here rich, and so then what's gonna happen? They'll blame the whole thing on you, and your ass is back in jail or executed, one or the other.
I mean, that's good motivation. I just didn't see it.
No, that's okay.
But again, again, who cares?
So they got the girl Tiff, and now it's time for the
Yes.
finale. Now
And
this,
I thought the little girl did fine, but again, another thing about establishing stuff, I didn't see why he particularly cared so much about this child,
yeah, well, unless he's
particularly.
babysitting every day,
But again, he didn't want the other kid to get hurt either. I guess maybe he just has a soft spot. I mean, yeah, because he's a good guy down deep,
Yeah,
right?
he's a good dude. But the final action sequence paid off for me, man.
Even when they're like actually punching each other.
No, at the castle, because
Oh, okay, like overall.
the character Danny, the shit she was doing, she said, "I want all the big stuff." They thought it was him, right?
Yeah.
But she's running around blowing every goddamn thing up, man. I mean, she blowing, and it's fast. She's just running around, puka, 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 and shit just blowing up. They ain't know what to do with her. They was running around with their heads
Yeah.
cut off, like trying to figure out how do we stop it. And then when they were in the control room and they saw her lit up on, biometrics, and they was like, she's right there. And she was like, she blew up the whole room. I was like, you never see that, right? You never see that. Like, this shit is
Yeah.
gonna come to an end, and they're gonna catch her, and then she's gonna be the damsel in distress. It never happened. she was on her own the whole time, and so I dug that. And then the fight at the fountain with the two heroes, that was some more dumb shit. I'm like, I got a gun.
Yeah, it's like why
Ah,
wouldn't you just you don't care. I have no pride in this. You're a piece of shit.
you're a
Or
piece of
from
shit.
one view over the other. Here's the thing though. There's a lot of tropes in this movie. Like
Uh-huh.
it's fine. It's an action movie. But I saw that by the time the hedge maze rolled around, I was like, this movie just doing all the same shit. But at the same time, because I love a hedge maze, I was like, okay.
Let me-
I don't think they put it to good enough use because he didn't really like hide her in there or anything like that. They just kind of went to the middle and then he was in the middle. So, but whatever.
Yeah, when he had the gun, so he had a flare gun at this chick. You know,
I didn't know, and I guess I should have known because it's pretty obvious that you could do that much damage with a flare gun.
you could do some damage, but she wouldn't have died. I would have just shot
She
you.
blew. No, he blew the. She blew his fingers off.
Yeah, and shot him in the back
Yeah,
because he was all burnt up. And I like when he threw
and
him
then he
in the water.
punched. He punched him with his like where his fingers, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Ow!"
I cry bullshit. I'm like, mm-mm.
Yeah, you would. I don't think
You're sitting up there, pop, 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 going. No, dude, that
you would
hand,
be able to do that. You would
that
be
hand is
like, I think
useless.
you might pass out.
That
Yeah,
hand
it
is
hurts.
useless. It's gone. You're not using it.
Not right
My
now.
life. I'm like, I got no head, but
But like again, this is the part where I was like, why does he particularly care? I could see him being like a psychopath and being like, okay, I want to prove that I'm the best ever. That's fine. But if that's your only motivation at this point, which would be all that's left because everything else is gone, you wouldn't care about killing the kid.
well,
And I'm not saying
go ahead. I'm looking at 6. I think you crazy for fighting this dude.
I do too, but I'm saying from the other perspective, from the Chris Evans perspective,
Yeah.
he sure fight him, but like, why wouldn't you just? It's just weird. The motivations were getting a little skewed.
Yeah, Chris Evans should have. Lloyd should have ran, and 6 should have shot him. That's it.
I thought that's what was gonna happen.
Yeah, because you had that scene with the lady running around blowing up everything. That was a finale to me.
Yeah, sometimes they ruin the finale by putting on the wrong finale.
Yeah, y'all wanted 6 to be the hero of the thing, and
Hmm.
Danny was the hero. I was like, yeah, the whole time, like, yeah, shit, that chick rocks. And then but she couldn't be the ultimate hero. So then they lock up everybody, right? And they got the girl locked up, got him locked up, and the Asian lady, what's her name, Susanna? She's like smug, thinks she's in charge. She didn't work this shit, you know.
Hmm.
And it seemed like they was kind of trying to set this up for a possible sequel. The way the thing ended, man. I was,
Yeah.
like what he breaks out and breaks the girl out. They do another
This
action scene.
yes, this whole as soon as he finished fighting that guy, it should have shown him picking the girl up or taking her hand and walking off, and that should have been the end. Because I don't need to have any resolution for any of these people.
Yeah. So the Billy Bob character is dead, and
Hmm.
Danny is still working in the thing, but she threatens old boy like, look, you make one move. When you make your false move, that's your ass. He's like,
Well, it's just sometimes I just fucking feel like movies don't let you assume anymore. It's like I would have probably just assumed that if he walked away with the girl at the end, he would have gone on to fix it either in a real sequel that they actually do, or in the imagination of like that you have in your shared like consciousness. You mean like you finish that stuff if there's no movie. Like when people walk off in the sunset, did they die?
yeah,
Did they live happily ever after? That's up to you. But movies don't want you to do that anymore. They want to be like, and then after the big fight scene, they did some paperwork.
yeah.
They had some, it's like fuck.
Let me say this: the Russos need to be careful. They do action really great, but this is borderline right here. What you're doing because this movie would have been better if it was more on the Jason Bourne tip with a little bit more
Hmm.
spy actiony and a little bit better writing. The cast was phenomenal. Their acting was
Yes.
phenomenal, but when you get into this goofy writing like this with one action sequence just for the sake of having action, then you start getting to the point that you're like, oh shit, these guys, all they're gonna do is be like a John Woo movie, a bunch of explosions and call it a day. And you don't want that reputation. I don't they
Right.
don't have that reputation right now. But if you continue to do shit like this, you're gonna get that reputation. It's nice seeing these actors do this action stuff, but this is no movie that you're gonna remember after you turn off the switch.
I barely remembered it, and I watched it yesterday.
See, that's my point. That's my point. So that's it, Tiff. We can't do the goddamn thing. We got it done, man. Next week we're doing Prey, and y'all know I'm loving that shit because Predator is my favorite.
I'm
shit.
excited about it too. Yeah.
Ah, woo! So anyway, man, I'm the host of Fans of Patrol. My name is Montego. With me is my adorable co-host, Miss Tifflebot. Say goodbye to the people, Tiff.
It's been a pleasure as always.
Indeed. And until next week, man, we will be
On patrol.
Patrol time.